One of the keys to your success with account-based marketing is creating the right type of content. And it can be a bit overwhelming to figure out what that content is. So I'm going to provide you a very simple model for starting to create that content. And this is a modification of the funnel and the stages of awareness that are available in the book Breakthrough Advertising. So generally speaking, people are going to fall into one of these stages of awareness. They're either unaware of the problem that they have, they're aware of the problem, they're aware of the category, or they're actually aware of your specific solution, your specific product. When you go out there and start pushing accounts to register for a demo of your product, you're kind of under the assumption that they're somewhere around here. But what you may find is that responses are not that great. So you need to move up the funnel with content that caters to people and meets them at the level of awareness that they're at. So if we look at the top of the funnel, there are people that don't even know that what they're doing is a problem. They just sort of hack together a solution. They keep doing it. They're not even aware that they're losing money. They're losing time. They're not aware of how big that problem is. So in stages like this, what you need to do is push emails, white papers, whatever, just talking about, hey, are you aware that companies like yours are actually losing $1 million a year because they haven't plugged this hole, something like that. Now, they may be aware of the problem, but they're not aware that the category in which you're participating is the best solution to that problem. So, for example, hey, are you struggling to get more leads? Did you know that lead automation software is being used by all your competitors? Something like that. And that could be a video ad, for example, on LinkedIn, where the objective is just to get them to watch the ad, not to get them to request a demo, because requesting a demo, they're probably going to be a little further down here. So then there are people that are aware of your category. They have some loose sense of, oh, okay, I know there are these tools out there. You know, maybe you're selling automated manufacturing equipment, maybe you're selling point of sale software, whatever you're selling, they're aware that it's out there. And they're aware that it is one solution to their problem. So really what you're doing here is you need to convince the target accounts that that category is is what you participate in, and you're the number one in the category. So you can start making proof points, using case studies, using objective buyer's guides and things to show that, yes, in fact, you are the best solution. And then there are people that are aware of your solution, but they haven't yet bought. And sometimes there's nothing you can really do here in terms of the buying cycle. So if companies are going through procurement at the beginning of the year, then you just kind of have to wait. You can continue marketing them. You can still continue to be top of mind. But one of the most important things here, and one of the most understated things, is that you need to address objections. There are reasons that people are not going to buy from you. There are reasons that people have not bought from you in the past. And there are ways to surface that. You can look in Salesforce or whatever your CRM is, look at the notes, look at the lost opportunities, reasons, figure out what those are. Is it price? Okay, if it's price, then let's create content to justify the price in terms of we're going to lower the total cost of ownership even though we're more expensive. We save you more money than the competitors do. Okay, maybe competition is the objection, the reason they're not moving forward. Okay, well, let's do comparison sheets where we're comparing us to the competitors. Let's do ROI calculators of one competitor versus the other. So you got to figure out what those objections are so you can address them in your marketing and from your sales team. Now, it's going to be hard because a lot of people, they don't respond, they go black, etc. So what you can do is you can just pay them, incentivize them to give you honest feedback. And you could get a third party to do this, or somebody where it's not going to be taken personally. Addressing objections is one of the critical ways to change somebody's mind. So if you don't know what the objections are, you can make some guesses, some intuitive guesses, and create content to address those potential objections. There are no universal laws in terms of what content is most appropriate for what stage of awareness or where people are in the funnel, where the buying committee is in the stage. But we do have a kind of loose framework from Spear Marketing and Uberflip that will help as a starting point. So at the top of the funnel, the most effective are generally infographics, thought leadership white papers, and survey reports. In the middle of the funnel, we have case studies, return on investment calculators, and webinars. And then at the bottom of the funnel, we have analyst reports and buyer's guides, testimonial videos, and technical briefs. Now, if you're targeting people using the intent data, then you know that they're in market for solutions. They're probably pretty close to the bottom of the funnel here, which means that the starting point of marketing content is really this type of stuff. Analyst reports and buyer's guides, testimonial videos from customers who advocate your product, and technical briefs. So I recommend starting here. A lot of people, they start way too high with thought leadership. And the problem is that it just takes forever to trickle down into pipeline revenue. But if you start here, you can at least hit the low-hanging fruit, the people that are in market for a solution and they're looking for comparisons, they have purchase intent. You're more likely to generate qualified opportunities by focusing here rather than up here. And then what I would do is, if you've already created this content, this BOFU content, and you have time, then you start moving up here. Or if you're running LinkedIn ads for lead gen and you're like, okay, nobody's responding, then okay, let's start producing more content centered around here, because most of the people in the market, the vast majority, are just not at the stage where they're ready to see this.